Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's ANX Technology Webcast, the top 4 challenges of enabling trading partners. My name is Chris Schramm. I am the marketing coordinator here at ANX. To our audience, please note that this is one of a multi-part series on electronic data interchange, better known as EDI, and the steps you can take to strengthen your business and communication using EDI. For more information, please visit ANX.com. As a transaction delivery service manager here at ANX, Kathleen Buckman has over 20 years experience in electronic B2B commerce. A graduate of the University of Michigan, Buckman has performed a variety of roles throughout her career, including technical writing and course development, training, client management, consulting, and engagement management. She has worked with customers in a variety of industries, including automotive, retail, manufacturing, and healthcare, and is well-versed in all EDI standards, including ANSI X12, EDIFACT, BDA, Odette, Tradecoms, and XML. Kathleen's role at ANX as the manager of the transaction delivery service team includes managing the EDI mapping and provisioning team, speaking with customers to clarify and scope their requirements, providing staff augmentation, working with the ANX support manager to ensure the highest level of service to our EDI customers, and engagement management for our managed service customers. With that, Kathleen, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Chris. I'd like to welcome everyone to our webinar today. We're going to discuss the challenges of enabling your trading partners and how you can meet those challenges head-on. So let's get started with our first challenge, getting the partners buy-in. There are 2 types of trading partners, those that have EDI capabilities and those that don't. We'll start with what might be the most difficult to onboard, non-EDI capable partners. The most common scenario when dealing with partners who don't have EDI capabilities is enabling suppliers, but it could also be customers, small mom-and-pop shops who don't have access to EDI technology. So let's take a look at some of the common obstacles your partner might be dealing with and how you can help them to overcome these issues and begin exchanging EDI data with you. First is cost. If your partner doesn't have a lot of trading partners who want to do EDI, they may find it too costly to implement just for you. You can help them by offering a low-cost solution, such as a web portal. And if necessary, you can go a step further and absorb the cost yourself. Obtaining a cost-effective solution will help you to do that. So to address the issue of cost, let's say you offer your partners a web portal to use free of charge, but they still won't comply. The issue could be that it's too difficult to use. The more user-friendly this solution is, the better your results will be. If partners can learn it quickly, and they find it easy to use on a daily basis, you should be able to easily enable all of your non-compliant partners. However, some partners may reject the idea of using a web portal because it requires them to enter information for outbound documents twice, in their own internal system and in the portal. And if they're currently faxing or emailing you, they may not want to change because it will lead to this duplicate effort. But if they're unable or unwilling to obtain an EDI translator or translation services, this is your only option. The good news is that there are web solutions that can save them time by pre-populating information, which also cuts down on errors, benefiting both you and the partner. The ANX tool offers this feature as well as other features that may be useful to your partner. And the final issue for this group of partners is the time to implement. If you can provide a simple, easy-to-use solution, that's the best way to combat this excuse. Look for a web solution that provides training to the user community as well as documentation. Now let's look at the other side of things, EDI-capable trading partners. For partners who do have EDI capabilities, they may still have concerns about cost. It will cost them time and money to develop the maps to translate your data or to pay their EDI provider to do it. If there isn't a strong enough business case to justify the cost, they may not want to do it. What you can do in this situation depends a lot on the relationship between you and the partner. If they're a valuable supplier or customer, you may want to offer them a no-cost web solution, but they may not want that either, probably for the reason of duplication of effort. EDI-capable partners will usually comply with your request if they value your business and relationship. So let's say they're willing to take on the expense, but they may have numerous competing IT and EDI projects. And then the challenge becomes how to get yours to the top of the list. That's when you want to think about ways to motivate them. Are there any incentives you could offer them, or maybe penalties for non-compliance? If you're providing a web solution for your non-EDI capable partners, think about extending it to this group as a temporary measure until they can develop their maps and complete the validation and certification process. Once you've decided on the options you're willing to provide to your partners, you'll then want to prioritize your partner community. Target a small group of partners who represent the largest amount of your business to get the most bang for your buck. And that will bring you to the next challenge, which is reaching out to them with your message. It's extremely important to reach the right person, but it can be a real struggle to keep your contact information up to date. Many companies will fail to notify you when someone leaves, so you're left with obsolete email addresses and phone numbers. So you send a letter or email and it goes nowhere. No one sees it or the wrong person sees it, and you may not even realize it. The best way to begin is with a survey to identify the key technical, sales, and business contacts. The survey should be short and easy to fill out with a clear requested due date. Request the name, title, desk, and mobile phone numbers, as well as email addresses. You want to get as much information as possible. It's also good to ask for a backup contact for each position. This will come in handy if the person leaves or is unresponsive to your requests. Follow-up emails should be sent until all surveys are returned. Your company should have a designated place to store the contact information, and you should request updated contact info from your partners on a regular basis. So at this point, let's say we've decided on our methods for motivating our partners. We've contacted the appropriate people within the organization. That brings us to our third challenge, effectively and efficiently validating EDI data. The most important thing you can do to ensure a quick, successful trading partner enablement is to provide a robust implementation guideline. It should be clear and detailed. Be sure to include examples of segments, a list of allowable values in any ID fields, and notes about special conditions or requirements. The guideline should also contain at least one sample file or more if appropriate. All pertinent business rules should be clearly laid out and easy to understand. Also, your testing requirements should be fully documented in your guideline. Having a thorough testing process that touches on all common business situations will help to minimize production data issues. For example, if you utilize, let's say, 3 different types of purchase orders, drop ships, spot buys, and stocking orders, be sure to include examples of each and require that your partner receive all 3 types during the testing and validation process. And the same goes for their outbound data to you. If multiple scenarios will be found in production, have them validate those scenarios during the testing phase. All in all, the better your specs, the better their data is going to be. In addition to validating that their EDI data conforms to your standards, you'll need to validate the connectivity with them. You'll want to obtain pertinent information such as their VAN provider, their ISA ID and qualifier, and network connectivity contact, and be prepared to give them the same information. Some other things to think about: will they be using test IDs or will you? Make that decision, put it in your implementation guideline, as well as any letters or emails you might be sending that contain enablement information. Now let's talk about data syntax. You'll want to utilize tools to check basic ANSI compliance, such as Edisim or your translation software. Check against your specific standards, focusing not just on basic syntax, but also data content. For instance, do their part numbers or PO numbers follow your formatting requirements? And be on the lookout for dummied up data. This is where the partner types the data manually or modifies it to quickly gain certification with you. And what will follow from there is production data issues. The telltale signs are when the data does not pass ANSI compliance. It probably wasn't generated by a translator in that case. Some common examples of this are envelope control number mismatch. So for instance, if the ISA number doesn't match the IEA number. Or an inaccurate segment count, which is found in the SEO1 element. Or invalid ID qualifiers. When you identify issues with a partner's data, make it a point to provide clear feedback on the problem. Identify which segment and element was wrong and what was wrong with it. Give an example of good or valid data for that field. And give an explanation or additional information as to how that data is used in your system and a list of acceptable values if needed. If everything's in the spec, you should be able to copy and paste from it and provide specific details that relate to your partner. Now, for those partners who weren't EDI capable, your final challenge might be to train your partners to use a web portal. As we've discussed, the easiest and most effective way to enable a partner like this is to provide a web portal solution. You can build your own or use one offered by an EDI provider, such as ANX. Some key features you'll want the portal to provide are ease of use, turnaround document creation, which is the ability of the portal to read an inbound document, let's say a purchase order, and move its contents to the corresponding outbound document, such as an invoice. Pre-population of fields. Can the portal default to common or fixed values? Data validations and restrictions. Can you customize the portal to offer drop-downs that contain only your acceptable values? The ability to print documents in a human-readable format. One example would be printing ship labels that could be applied to the materials. And finally, security. This is the need for the partner to limit who can edit data, what they can edit, and who can send data. So, to ensure the partner will actually use the portal and do it successfully, you'll want to provide training and ongoing support, documentation on the use of it, and in some cases, multiple language functionality. Well, we've looked at the top challenges you may be facing today in trying to enable your entire trading partner community. Some of these challenges are under your control. Providing a comprehensive trading partner guideline, providing an easy solution for those without EDI capabilities, and giving them training and documentation. Others you don't have as much control over, such as getting the partner to agree to send you EDI or use your portal. You can use incentives or penalties, but you still can't force them. Overall, there's a lot for you to consider, prepare, and take on to do this job successfully. So, how could ANX help with this effort? Well, ANX has helped many companies with their EDI enablement programs. We've handled the trading partner surveys to initiate the project, the ongoing communication throughout the implementation process. We've validated EDI data to ensure it meets our customers' specifications, and we've even done validation of shipping labels. We offer a world-class, user-friendly web portal called WebDX, which makes it easy for anyone to do EDI with you. In general, ANX offers superior availability and dependability. We offer a host of different EDI services, including VAN, Trading Partner Enablement, which we've discussed today, web portals, and a complete outsourced managed services model. And what's more, we offer a 24/7 U.S.-based customer service team who's there to support you and your partners at all times. So this was the second in our summer EDI webinar series. We have 2 more to go. August 23rd, our focus will be the top 4 ways to achieve efficiencies in EDI, and we'll discuss the challenges of aftermarket sales on September 20th. You can register under the events section at ANX.com. We'll also be sending an email to everyone who attended today with a video link to today's webcast. We'll include information on these future and past webinars within that email. You can download the past webinars and learn more about us on our website, ANX.com. Or feel free to contact us via the email or phone number on the screen. We're always happy to answer your questions and give you a better understanding of EDI and how our services can meet your needs. And look for information on our upcoming EDI 101 classes coming next month.